Hey guys, this is brokerchooser.com and now we're gonna review the trading platform of Swissquote. Swissquote is a Swiss broker slash bank, and it is open for everyone from the European Union and also of course for Swiss person. Now, how I'm gonna review the page is basically I will show you what happens if you would like to search for a Japanese passive fund, an ETF, an exchange traded fund, and what happens if you would like to know as much as possible about an example, which in our case it's gonna be Apple. Now, I'm also going to show you how the platform looks like, how it feels. This is in no way a recommendation in what you should invest in. It is much more to help you to have a feeling how do these platforms look like. All right, so let's start. So this is the opening page of Swissquote, which I would say it's a very, very interesting homepage because it's kind of a mix of the company page and it's kind of a mix of the trading platform. So it is what it is. There's no downloadable trading platform for Swissquote except for FX. We will get back to that later. But this is if you want to invest in stocks, if you want to invest in ETF, this or funds, this is gonna be your page. So you hit login, and then it goes login bank, login premium, and you have to click to login bank. Then username password pops up, Chrome remembers it, and then comes this quite strange part when I have to give in my password again, but again Chrome can remember my password, so I just hit confirm. And this is your landing page on Swissquote. So first you have a summary about your account, your daily orders, the news, and basically that's it. Now let's start with our example where I will search for a Japanese index fund. So I'm just right here Japan, and straight away I go to the quick search, and as you can see there are 16,000 results, so there's a lot of results of course for Japan, but it's not that bad at all because here's the iShares MSCI Japan Swiss franc hedged. Now I was searching for this part, right? iShares MSCI Japan Index Fund, but what first pops up is basically a Swiss franc hedged ETF, and the ETF is this passive fund, right? So this is really a characteristic of Swissquote that everything is from the Swiss point of view. This is why they recommend first is Swiss. We will be able to find also the non-Swiss hedged. So I just write here MSCI Japan, and when you see there's, if you're concentrating not on the SIX market or if you're filtering that out, you will quite quickly end up, this is exactly the paper which I was looking for, the iShares MSCI Japan ETF. So this is just an example, right? Okay, so I click on trade, and that puts you to the page where you can buy or sell these assets. And as you can see, there's a very short delayed price information, what you can get here. And there's also a really small part when you can give your order, which is nothing more but the whether you want to buy or sell, the quantity, and of course the price limit. So I just give in something, and then basically that's it. You should confirm it, place the order. It's very clear how much your fee is. Now you can see there's no point or there's no possibility right now to give a stop loss order right at the buying at the ETF, which is a bit of a letdown, but later on you can. And let's see, for example, how does this look like with Apple. So I'm just going to write here Apple, and we go back to the quick search page. Now I just hit on the Apple page, and this is what comes up, right? So these data, as you might know, they're also all available through Google Finance, but they are market data on Google. And if you go here around, there's some intraday data. When you go on ranking, you can see, what can you see here? Yeah, right. Directional movements, Some technical analysis part here. When you go to news, this will be quite interesting because most of the news which comes up through Swissquote are basically French or Italian news, but now they are taking what the language of the news is. And when you go to estimates, this is something which is interesting. There's a clear recommendation from 48 analysts that it's a buy. There's an earnings per share, there's a dividend per share, there's some forecast data. If I'm not mistaken, this is something which comes either from Reuters or from Bloomberg, but it's a data extract from other analysts. So there's no proprietary research stream for Swissquote which can provide you some analysis on for example, on Apple. This is what you should live with here. Now, if you go to trade, this is just the similar page what we have. Now, what I like in Swissquote, I think Swissquote is a very good page if you want to invest. If you're not a trader but you would like to invest, there's a lot of opportunities here. So let me show you the themes trading, which I really like. This is basically recommendations on themes. And now, as you can see, it has some nice design, but you will be able to see here the themes. So there's 3D printing, there's biopharma, cardio stocks. So just some ideas which generally comes up from people when they would like to invest into something. And there's a lot of these themes. And if you go to for example, shale gas, it says it's long-term, it's high risk. It also gives you what could be your portfolio when it comes to this, right? So if you want to build a portfolio, this should be your weights, and this should be the papers which you buy, which I think it's a really nice way of visualizing some investment ideas, right? Okay. What else do I really like about Swissquote, and it's relatively unique? These are the bonds. It's really hard to trade bonds online, but throughout Swissquote, you can trade a lot of bonds. It's pricey. It's not cheap at all. But if you go here, you can also do these kind of filters. But you can also go with let's go back to Apple, and hold on. This is not okay. Bond market, OTC, full code. No, it's not what I wanted to do. So let's go back to my personal page. Let's go for an Apple. Why is this giving me now just one bond? I have no clue. Anyhow, this is now an Apple bond. Maybe I click advanced search here. No, this is not what I wanted to do. Guys, what's going on here? So, okay. Let me just come here, or let's go here, and let's see what, okay. I'm just gonna give some other examples. Okay, good. So fine, I go with Volkswagen, and then as you can see, here's the bond page, where you can see you can trade bonds on different markets in different currencies online, and this is not something which quite usual with other banks. I also really like on Swissquote that if you click here, around, here and there, you really clearly guided through about the terms and conditions. Sometimes also tests are popping up, and they are testing whether you should be trading in options, and that is also something nice. Additional points when it goes to commodities, that's also relatively nice here. Again, terms and conditions. when you go to commodities, you can see that precious metals, gold coins, oil brand are sorted out for you, and then you can trade them throughout options and futures or derivatives. So it's a theme aggregated topic on commodities, right? But if you want to trade them throughout an ETF, you can also do that. Now here's a little bit of letdown, I would say, when it comes to the news. It's really, really common that news go German and English a lot. So you have to filter out basically everything just to have it in English. So if German or French is not your mother tongue, this will give you some additional points. Good. I think that was it. I think it's a really good homepage. What I want us to show you is also the Forex part. I'm not going to go into very much detail here, but basically you can download the MetaTrader 4 or 5 and use this as an FX platform. It's a little bit separated from the Swissquote normal environment, not fully, but it's a proprietary, of course not MetaTrader 4 or 5, but a proprietary service, so it's not other banks or brokers service, and you can trade Swissquote FX as well. Good, so that's it. If you like Swissquote and you would like to open an account, check out our homepage brokerchooser.com, where you can find more information, so not just on the platform, but also on prices, also product offerings, also on security. And if you would like to compare to other brokers, you can also compare them to some other offerings throughout Europe. Thank you very much and invest wisely. Bye.